wake you all up. And Crux, good morning, Watto friend. Hello, hello. Yes, everything is much louder right now. You may need to turn me down. I don't know why. I have gone through everything this morning. It just is. Crux, Catastros, how are you doing, friends? Watto and welcome! Oh, pee on you, mate. I have been on time frequently. It's not as frequently as I'd like. How are you doing, Fearless? To Lord Wiggle the Third. Watto and welcome. Come on in, friends. Come on in. Bear with me a second. And Crux, thank you for filling a pint glass. Apologies for the tippity-tappity. I was in meetings this morning. I was making things happen. Sadly, nothing I can talk about again, so who knows, fingers crossed. Hang on, let me just... I'll go for some slightly smoother jams lest I get overexcited. I really enjoy this Final Fantasy playlist. Oh. Well, Phyllis, that's not good. But hopefully it gets sorted, friend. I saw a wonderful thing that was the bell curve of the C++ experience. And it was... C++ sucks, and at the top of the curve, wow, this sucks. And at the end of it, it's like, this sucks. It feels very, very apropos. Red Scar Tiger, good morning, Watto friend. Hello, hello. Oh yeah, if you didn't see it, so we drank last night. Well, in fairness, like, I was mopping up a load of work stuff and having some very good conversations with some people and watching some anime, and we had a couple of gins after I was done with stuff, and Caffeine and I ended up going on this weird deep dive because I've been trying to analyze Blizzard's videos and assets they've been putting out for Overwatch 2. Something feels off about Overwatch 2 from a marketing standpoint, and I'm trying to work out what it is, and I haven't nailed it down. I think as soon as I get kind of my mental chops around it proper, I'll probably chat with you all about it. Because it's not a comment on the game or anything, it's just I've watched a lot of what they put out. Something's off. Anyway, some point during our drunken conversation last night, the word Gaia Online gets thrown about. And before we had the sense to stop ourselves, we logged back into our varying accounts and were greeted with some horrifying blasts from the past. In fact, the only reason I didn't spend more time on it is because with the death of Flash, large swaths of that website require, like, special third-party browsers, which, as I'm sure you all know, downloading a third-party browser you've never heard of is never a bad idea. So, if you didn't see it on TikTok, you know what? Go have a look. I'm genuinely happy with making stuff on TikTok. I really am. And, like, it's just a fun little place that inspires me to be more silly. Jumping back into chat, so Catastros' plan today is for a bunch of Final Fantasy XIV. Woo! Leveling up the Dark Knight class. Woo! Oh, what happened? Brain exhausted. Can't focus for sure. Hey, happens to the best of us, even on fun stuff. So allow me to be the smooth British tones of your relaxing. Yeah, Red Scar Tiger, it's weird. I keep I keep looking at my hands and they're not chainsaws. What's up with that? And Lizzie, good morning. What ho, friend? Hello, hello. No, see, Lord Wiggles, because I'm in the US, I have to have the tea imported. So it's very British. Mega Boss, good morning. What ho, friend? If you didn't see it, for Animu type nonsense, apparently this is the season. Yesterday, the first episode of Studio Mappa's Chainsaw Man adaptation dropped. It's very violent, but it's very good. If you are fine with claret up the wazoo, you'll thoroughly enjoy it. You don't need me to tell you this, obviously. Alongside Mob Psycho Season 3. But the thing that's weirded me out, there's a new season of Bleach in, checks the date, 2022. And if you do get the chance, I recommend watching this new Bleach because it has the same story beats and cadence as a 2000s anime, but with a massive budget. So everything still has that weird kind of shonen disjointed late game oddity, but with gorgeous animation. So no, so Mega Boss, this is the adaptation of the last arc of Bleach. Alright, Chocobos, you loud. I love you, Chocobos, but you're up here, I need you down here. So yeah, it's the final arc being adapted into animation. For those of you that weren't manga fiends of Bleach, you may not know that the last arc of Bleach got cut prematurely. So much so, in fact, that Taikobu was offered 2 chapters to basically wrap everything up. It wasn't going well. Yeah, well, I mean, Red Skull Tiger, you're not wrong. And I do think that the popularity of JoJo's in, like, more recent times has been due to, like, 2 of the big 3 kind of being done. Like, as everybody grew up from, like, the anime space, there was a need for something that was bright and colourful, but a bit different, a bit chewy. Megalos, me too. I mean, sorry if we've had this conversation 8 times, but I was a Zombie Powder fan. I was livid when Bleach got announced, because it meant that Zombie Powder was dead. I mean, okay, Zombie Powder had been dead for a while, but I had to accept it once Bleach started getting in popularity. So, I do recommend giving it a watch just to see what happens when you put a big budget behind something from the past. And Kimble, hello, Watto and welcome. Stammering Gamer, Ozymandias, Watto and welcome. I'm doing my best with the audio levels today. I have no idea why all of the everything is so much louder. But apparently that's where we're at. So Red Scar Tiger, it is, I think it was something called like Burn the Witch, I think was Taikobu's one after that. But I haven't really checked in. You know, since I started streaming, I've not really had the same time to just consume manga like I used to. I used to be a fiend. And the unfortunate thing is those of you who are older in nerdery, like, you know, 30 plus, you realize that as it continues, you have to pick your spheres of nerdery just due to the limitations of time. I've chosen video games, so like I watch a bit of anime. I'm aware of manga. When it comes to cinema, I'm kind of like, that sure is a movie over there, but I don't have the same command of knowledge that I used to. Megaboss says they dropped Warhammer because of lack of time, and that's understandable. Yeah, and oh, I was a monstrous weeb. But that's another story. I'm happy that I'm getting to see these adaptations. And honestly, I guess the reason why I'm so obsessed with this new thing of Bleach is, again, it's not brilliant. You don't need to rush out and watch it. If you have a stomach for the gore of it, watch Chainsaw Man. It's incredible. I saw a breakdown of the OP and how they animated about like 10 or 12 great moments in cinema almost perfectly. And it's giving me that real kind of Jujutsu Kaisen ending kind of vibe. But it's got me thinking a lot.
Reactor online.
Oh,
Sensors online.
that thought.
Weapons online. All systems nominal.
2 years. How did this happen?
Feck if I know. I've been described frequently as a time vortex of sorts, and I have a feeling that through the medium of the internet, my powers may have extended. It feels like it's 5 minutes ago that you found us. But Havoc Puppy, for 2 years of subs and for all the time hanging out, I can thank you. Come on in, we're talking... Well, I mean, there is some games industry news to talk about, but nothing dramatic. We're just talking general nerdery and kind of growing older in the space. The reason why I'm so obsessed with this new season of Bleach is because of just of what I said. Like, it's something of that old, like, post-2000s anime manga scene, but getting today's animation quality. You know, the big three really suffered from serialization. And I don't know if any of you have been following the One Piece anime. The newest arc has been stupendous. Again, not like smart intellectually, but just the quality has been turned up to 11. But I always felt that Bleach and good old Naruto didn't really get a fair shot because their animation adaptations were serialized, and all of the film adaptations were kind of like one-shot standalone stories that never really had the chops, you know what I mean? So I would love to see a few of those old adaptations get the proper love. You know, we got Hellsing Ultimate, we got Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. There's a few others that I think would really appreciate. Ah, and Fearless, to your victory over the Code. Well done. I know, Catastrophe, I wholeheartedly agree with you. Tariq Kobus could just start a career as a fashion designer. Like, he is to clothes what Tolkien is to language. Like, I feel like his artistic works just exist so he can, like, fashion dress about 200 people, like, without having to actually make the clothes. So Havoc Puppy, New Bleach is worth watching. Again, if you're okay with the gore and violence, Chainsaw Man's the one you need to see right now. Again, you don't need me to tell you because the manga's already done gangbusters, but it seems like Studio Map has given it their full. Yeah, Wolfcrad, things have changed. Also, Watto and welcome. On to video game stuff. So, if you want to do some reading with your coffee, Whitethorn have released their publishing agreement. So you remember we talked about this last year when Raw Fury released their base standard indie publishing contract, and everyone went. Now Whitethorn has done the same, and obviously Whitethorn's is a little bit more friendly than Raw Fury. Raw Fury's isn't the worst I have seen, but it's strong. You know, it's real business. Oh yeah, jumping back. Like Catastrophe, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, it moves at a breakneck pace, and it is enough plot beats that would usually be in a whole show. Yeah. Mega Boss, yeah, we're gonna see Kenpachi's Bankai proper. Oh, bear with me just a second, friends. So, as I said, I'm having some audio trouble over here in the Longship HQ. As you probably noticed, I'm a lot louder today. I don't know why. I just am. All we know is that when we ran Infra yesterday, it changed all the audio settings. And what I think is that something behind the scenes has been constantly adjusting my audio to make it quieter, which is quiet and loud at the same time, to make it quieter. I assume it's one of those things to stop the audio from peaking. It keeps bringing it down because I am very loud. And especially after Saturday's stream, which involved a lot of screaming, yesterday it was super, super quiet. So I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, friends. I've been tinkering around, trying not to break it. So we'll see. It's definitely a hardware issue. So just if there are stuff and problems, just let me know. I'll do my best. Wolfcrat's like, wait, I think you were louder because we asked about indie games. Let me tell you about indie games! That's me. I'm that guy on the internet. Oh, one thing that is going to be fascinating. So, there has been a lawsuit filed against the creators of State of Survival. And that is one that I'm finding fascinating. So if you haven't seen it, so State of Survival is a mobily... Actually, I wonder if I can bring up one of the commercials. So State of Survival isn't the most egregious mobile game out there. Trying to see if I can find one of the... Okay. Yeah, sorry, bear with me just a second. I'm trying to find a good example of some of these nonsense mother hubbards. This is gonna be a pain in the butt. All right, you know what? We don't need to spend too much on this because it keeps bringing me, giving me State of Decay stuff because no one wants to make videos about this feckin' Mobley game. All right. The TLDR is if you've ever encountered any of those pop-up ads that are strewn across social media for, like, you know, save this person by doing these basic puzzles or what have you. They're one of the big proponents of the play game poorly to confuse you and make you frustrated so that you click the advert. They are currently being sued. There is a lawsuit leveled at them for false advertising. Now, again, they aren't the most egregious. I don't know how much money State of Survival makes. I don't know if it's a big player in that space or otherwise, but I know it enough from the weird adverts of, like, people failing to connect 3 in a row so that they get eaten by zombies. As we well know, none of those videos have anything to do with the actual gameplay. And it seems that this is going to go to court. Now, the reason why I bring this up and the reason why I want to put it into your public, our public collectiveness, is because this could be a big game changer for mobile game advertising. And the problem is the knock-on could be for regular video game advertising as well. Now, currently with a lot of mainstream and AAA games, they will have a disclaimer that says not actual gameplay when it comes to a lot of adverts. So we haven't seen too much in that space, but Okay, well, cool. Sorry. Tippity-tappity, making stuff happy. Kaimball, I'm sure I have no idea what you could mean. Kaimball saying that the not actual gameplay comes from the alien Colonial Marines disaster. Yes, it does. There was a feckin' class action lawsuit in that one. That was a whole mess. And Red Burning Dragon, yes! Alright. Just so that you all understand why it's worth putting up with me nattering for the next 40 minutes. So the game we're playing today is called Unknown Number, a first-person talker. We get a phone call from an unknown number, and we have to use varying voice commands to work through whatever this weird, strange title is. I tested the technicality stuff of it. It's fucking interesting. And I'd like to go through that with all you today, because I talk a big game when it comes to weird indie stuff or accessibility, but we need to... I, at very least, need to experience more titles that aren't just, do I use a mouse and keyboard, do I use a controller? I think I spoke with you all about this recently, but, like, I've been trying a lot of non-visual games. So far, The Veil is the only really good one I've come across. By non-visual, I mean games you can play completely with your eyes closed, or if you're unable to see. I tried one that was like a driving game that was really trash. But yeah, so today we're going to be trying out this title. I hope you'll stick around for this. I'll do my best to banter with you all. And if there are any puzzles and stuff, we'll solve them together. But yeah, so jumping back. So Catastrophes, you make a good point, which is, what is it that took so long? By my understanding, the lawsuit isn't being launched by anyone within the gaming space. It is a top... Okay, so it's not saying... Let me just have a quick look at the class action of it. Okay, so it looks like 3 individuals of a law firm are the ones going after this. So this looks like this is more a legal... Yeah, of course. I read like 2 seconds, I start getting hit with pop-up ads. Fuck you, mate! Now, Sailor was saying that class action suits take forever, and it seems like it is being done as a... I don't think it's being done out of the goodness of anyone's heart or, you know, to help stop this. It is... These Mobley companies have been doing this for so long that they are now viable targets for legal action. So, we'll see how it pans out. The mobile gaming space has been very lawless when it comes to marketing. It's been basically like a dollar-for-dollar war zone for quite some time. It's not even about how it is done. It has purely been about who can get the most activations to the most amount of dollars spent. Like, it almost doesn't matter with a lot of those ads where it comes from or what it does. I mean, we've all seen the Ebony ads, which make no feckin' sense. Those ones got slapped for sexual content a few years back, and then pivoted to the pull the pin puzzles, where you have to watch someone fail at a minigame as a form of advertising. Sailor was also saying that a huge number of class action suits are put together by lawyers who get paid a significant cut and are demonstrating to a lot of people affected that it helps their case. Yeah. I mean, yeah, neither myself nor Sailor are lawyers, so please don't take what we're saying as gospel in the space. But it's interesting. Wolfgrad also makes a good point. You've got to wait till your target is large enough to be able to pay up. So a company has to be functioning and established for long enough, because, as Sadlin's saying, a class action lawsuit's going to take you a long time to do. And you need to make sure that entity will be around long enough to take a bite out of. Aliens Colonial Marines is something that I can't talk about in too much detail. But what I will say, that the noise around it, because it was based on a beloved IP, generated enough noise outside of the gaming sphere to become a viable target for class action stuff. Yeah, Wheeler Dealer. Well, we're talking about the State of Survival mobile game is currently under class action lawsuit for false advertising. And Kimball mentioned that, well, I was saying in the gaming space, when it comes to thematic trailers or cinematic trailers or otherwise, in the gaming space, we will have not reflective of gameplay or not in-game stuff. Yeah, Wheeler Dealer, you and me both, friend. You and me both, which is why Wheeler Dealer and I have to be very careful about what we're allowed to say in this space. Yeah, Kimball has their own beef with AMC and ACM. Yep. Salen saying, conversely, Salen can talk about Colonial Marines in unbelievable detail. Of course, don't he know anything, and most of that's made up. And I do want to touch on what Salen was saying above, that the failed puzzle adverts are psychologically brilliant. Yeah, it's this bizarrity. So, video game marketing has always been about showing the game at its peak situation, right? But showing somebody failing at it was something that only the mobile space really attained to. You know, we've had a few games that have done thematic or cinematic trailers where characters fail. You know, the people get eaten by zombies, you know, the heroes get shot. Usually the key line for that is then, you know, you can do better. But with the mobile game adverts, they show people failing at puzzles that you could do. And it's that built into the core of the human experience. It's watching somebody fail and wanting to just take it off them and fix it for them because it's frustrating. It's that as weaponized advertising. Yeah, it's twisted genius. And, you know, credit where credit's due. It's definitely what I would consider dark side of marketing, but it works. However, Lord Traden, I'm sure I have no idea what you could possibly mean. Watto and welcome. Don't drink gin on Tuesday, kids. It leads to bad places, like Gaia Online. Someone was joking, saying like, if you hit the whiskey tonight, are you going to end up in World of Warcraft? Thankfully, the way the World of Warcraft regions work is I mean I could, but I'd have to play with a ping of like 300, so I'm safe for the moment. Sailor was saying that if the game didn't look terrible, they probably ended up downloading a couple of them. Yeah, I mean I think it's just because those of us who are again have spent a lot of time in the video game space, those of us who survived like the browser MMO explosion and stuff like that, like, or survived that first wave of Facebook games, we've become aware that the product absolutely does not reflect. The assets do not reflect the product. Salem says safe unless the crew gets together to play Wrath Classic. Why would you do this to me? Imperios! Salen's threatening me with stuff. Said, if we get a good Zoomer clone, it might get baited. It'll happen. Down on the dwarf, Watto and welcome. Imperios, greetings, getting heads. Watto and hello. So B, thank you very much for asking. So, aside from talking about some of the video gamery news, we have a fascinating game today. We are playing Unknown Number, a first-person talker. This is a voice-controlled puzzle game. Yeah. Unknown number, a first-person talker. I experimented with it just to make sure it would work whilst streaming, which it does. I apologise, friends. I lost my train of thought there. But what I was saying before Perios came on in... Oh, shit. What? All right. Stop. Collaborate and listen. So first things first. Boosh. Friends, if you're not already following Aperios Unlimited, please change that. They have the ability to get up in the morning, and as I've said multiple times, they are the go-to person for myself when talking about esports things or the actual business of streaming. So they are thoroughly worth your time. The thing I was talking about before you all came in was video games that have, like... I talk a big game about accessibility. I talk a big game about weird indie stuff and things like that. And I've been trying to get better at finding games that are very different in terms of how we control them. Games that don't require a mouse and keyboard. Games that aren't just like, oh, we made a controller port. And as I was saying, I've been trying a few titles that you can play without sight. So far, the only one that's been any good is The Veil, which is a very clever fantasy game where you play the princess to the throne, who is ushered away to a small little cottage because you're blind, and the king doesn't want anyone to know about that. So you, instead of inheriting the throne, it's given to your younger brother, and you're sent away to a cottage. Then shit goes down. You have to fight your way back to the throne, and I'm like, that's feckin' grand. And Lost Flowers, Watto and welcome. Okay, Lord Traden, I'll happily be 50% of the backing track to your chili cook-off. But yeah, so TLDR to those of you who just joined us. Last night we drank gin, and at some point during the conversation, Gaia Online came up. So me and Caffeine logged into our accounts. My account will be 20 years old next year. 20. Yeah. And it seems Gaia Online is still a functioning space. It seems that the death of Flash hit it very hard. So there was a lot of things that we couldn't do and feck around with, but... Yay! And sorry, B, where are my manners? B, thank you kindly for filling the pint glass, and thank you for the 100 bits, alright? Again, I hope you all know by now, but those are absolutely what keeps us going, so I'm very grateful. Cheers. Yeah, Down Under Dwarf, my Gaia character can drink where it counts. Well, it's interesting to... Yay! Thank you again, Pete. It's interesting to think that there have been huge AAA projects that have tried to focus heavily on community and miss the beat, whereas some of these old communities have been able to continue and sustain. There are some great documentaries online about the rise and fall of Gaia Online that are very worth your time. The TLDR being that Gaia fell to essentially... Oh, and Spooky Ghost as well. Cheers to you. Oh, Handlebar, Watto and welcome. But yeah, what killed Gaia Online was the kinds of things we talk about a lot in MMOs, like digital economy. And I mean, obviously there was some elements of mismanagement once the site was sold and things like that, but the big hook, the big killer was how they suffered from a form of like digital hyperinflation that we wouldn't truly understand until, you know, we had huge games like EVE Online and things like that. Just for clarity's sake, if you wonder what I mean by digital inflation, it is, in video games, it's very hard to take currency out of an environment. And if that environment has multiple players playing together, the value of your in-game currency will only ever really decrease on an open market. But the set amount of items and things in the world creates a baseline that is not representative of the amount of like funds and resources going through. No, and Fearless, thank you for throwing that in. In Ultima Online back in the day, users worked out their own forms of currency once it got to the point where gold was just completely worthless outside of interactions with NPCs. And this is different from things like Habbo Hotel, where users created an economy where one didn't exist. And it's genuinely, I find it fascinating. EVE Online has on-staff economists that work very hard to make sure they don't have a similar problem. And even for them, the value of ISK has only gone down. Now, why does this happen? This happens because in video games we can create both items and currency from nothing. Now that's not inherently bad in a game. If you slay a goblin and you get 5 gold, that feels good. You're doing the fun thing, the fighty thing, and you're gaining resources, and you trundle back to the village and you buy more things to get more stuff to kill more goblins. Like, that's a fun loop. The problem is, none of that, you're generating revenue from nothing. So every time you slay a goblin, 5 new gold pieces are being put into circulation. And that's where it starts getting wild. Now, again, watch the documentaries on Gaia Online. What happened with Gaia was they introduced an item that could generate money. And because all this thing would do is spit out coins every day, every week, it meant the baseline affluence of every person who bought that was only going up and up and up and up and up. So then the back and forth of, hey, you have a cool Naruto headband that I want to buy. How much is that? Well, you're getting all these massive offers from people because the value of that standalone item is going up. Oh, sorry, for those of you who don't know, Gaia's business model worked around unique items. So every month, I think it was every month, there would be 2 unique items. And they would cost like $2 to $3. They could be equipped multiple ways, but once that month was over, those would no longer be available to purchase. The only way you'd be able to get them after that was buying them from somebody else, and that's where it helps. Oh, sorry, jumping back. So Handlebar's just asking for some game dev help. Can anyone here help me out with making a C#? I did the thing. C# script for Unity that scales the X texture offset of a shader graph relative to the main camera rotation. Obviously not mine. Occult Game Dev would be the person I'd ask. And I haven't heard from my my technical artist friend yet. But yeah, sorry. Jumping back. Yeah, so Bismarck, Gaia did have a massive economy crash. They managed to survive as a website, but the economy crash destroyed it from what it was. And it was because of the introduction of an item that creates revenue passively. So. Now, Catastrophe was saying, the expensive thing in World of Warcraft used to be 1,000 gold. Now expensive means multiple millions of gold. Yes. There's no way to take money out of an economy, a digital economy, that people like. So essentially, you're always going to be parlant to that. I mean, it wouldn't. Yeah, it's a tricky one, friends. It's a tricky one. You know. There's a reason why MMOs are balanced in the way that they are, and how a lot of online titles will use multiple currencies rather than just one form of gold throughout. Because there are very easy ways to solve digital economy problems, but all of them are methods that users hate. No. You can't just take away someone's resources that they have gained in a game, even if it's for the greater good. The greater good. Because you worked hard for that. And you might be, like... You might have been logged off for a while because real life things or what have you, or... I'm trying to think how to phrase it, sorry. Star Wars Galaxies. Star Wars Galaxies had a problem with people building houses, and then as the game pitted off, no longer being in those spaces, but having these huge empty areas of user housing. So what they did is they created a demolition program. If you don't log in within 30 days, your house is up for potential demolition. And then other players can run by and do bombing runs or whatever. I forget the in-game mechanic of it. But suffice to say, you have to log in once a month to keep your house. Now, in isolation, that seems fair. Like, alright, you're no longer playing this. This is space for other people. Heck and yo. But in actuality, it caused people to be incredibly vitriolic. Users were incredibly against this because they'd worked feckin' hard for those spaces. Like, and then when real life came a-knocking, the idea that because you're not able to log in for a month because of things that happen, as life tends to do, you lose your shit. And studying that whole element on top of the other things from Star Wars Galaxies taught us a lot, which is users don't like stuff being taken away from them for no reason, and they hate the idea of losing things on the permanent. Even if people stop playing an MMO and never come back, there's always the idea, the hope, I worked hard for this. And the idea that could be taken away never goes well with people. So, what I was scratching at is that while there are obvious and direct ways to fix digital inflation, it's really feckin' hard to do without pissing everybody off. Now, it does... so Catastrophe was saying that Final Fantasy XIV does something similar. They seem to have had a lot more success. But there is one additional element that Final Fantasy XIV has, which is very limited amounts of housing. So it's kind of the... I'm trying to think how to phrase it. There isn't the same amount of vitriol from the 14 community because there's quite a lot of people hungry for those spaces. But also, by my understanding, it's guilds that buy houses, not individuals, right? Or am I going loopy on this one? Anyway. Hey, if I'm getting it wrong, Lord Wiggles, then feel free to correct on. I'm genuinely fascinated by it. I think I've talked about this before, but like, I really enjoy discussions about MMOs, but mostly because it's the kind of project that we won't necessarily ever work on, and because there's such a huge amount of money and resources to undertake to their creation, you know, the challenges and the gambles that you have to make are incredibly unique. Okay. Sorry, you get me talking about digital economies and I will talk your ear off, because I'm fascinated by them. I've not personally come up with a good way to... I've not come up with a good way to stabilize the digital economy. I've had a few thoughts and a few ideas, but honestly, like, without things like RP and permadeath and elements like that, I don't think there's ways to do it fun. And even then, like, trying to get people to voluntarily sign up for something at an MMO scale that has permadeath? No. I mean, Lord Traden, you make a good point. If we can solve a digital economy, we can solve a real-life economy. Well, there's things we can do in video games that we can't do in real life. You know, one, we as the creators of our game control every aspect of it. You know, we're dungeon masters, not politicians. We don't need our players to like us, we just need them to stick around. You know, we could literally change everyone's bank balance to the same number. We could introduce a brand new type of money. Like, it's fascinating. Now, Bismarck was saying regular server resets. Possible, although that puts us into a different space. The kind of thing we've seen with Tarkov, which is where the speed of the meta becomes the main focal point. And that way, users get outpaced real quickly by people who are very, very engaged. So... Oh, way cool. Well, Handlebar, I hope you get some help with it, yo. And Big, Watto and welcome. Hello, hello. But you know, it's absolutely fascinating. If you've ever wondered why, when video games introduce like new features with rewards and stuff like that, they don't just have things available for the existing currency, it is because, like, Glimmer is a great one. Glimmer in Destiny, God, it's like, unless you're crafting things constantly, Glimmer's not even a thought. Despite it being the initial purchasing currency, it becomes almost pointless. And every time they add a new functionality, it is based around either a rep grind or a currency for a specific space. Like, I don't think they do like Valor points anymore, but there was a time. Well, so Havoc Puppy, that's one of the interesting examples of when users take the economy into their own hands. Havoc was saying that Asheron's Call had a good economy. The money had its uses, but gear was what was more valuable, so people would trade in that. Yeah, I mean, and when it moves into a barter economy... Now, the question is, have you failed or succeeded as a game creator if your audience creates their own economy? Now, Gaia Online, it's on the fucking brain. Habbo Hotel. Habbo Hotel is a good example because it's such a hyperbole example, but for those of you who don't know, Habbo Hotel was a big old chat room masquerading as a game. The whole point was you walk around the hotel and you talk to people, and then if you want to hang out, you can take them to your room in the hotel, which you get to decorate. You were supposed to spend money on furniture and design stuff, but what happened for most people was trading in furniture. Because while there was no formal economy, you could not buy and sell things in an open market in game, you could swap them or trade them with other people. So essentially the idea of like base furniture became its own currency. Biggs, thank you for the bits, friend. Declaring war on House Order once more. No, but seriously, thank you, mate. Where was I? Oh, yes. So yeah, users essentially created their own economy, where furniture became a currency for specific pieces. So, like, you have a froggy chair. I want that froggy chair. You say, that's going to cost you 50 furniture. So it doesn't matter what those 50 pieces are, most likely the baseline ones, but that's what I have to give you in exchange for that froggy chair. Now, I could say, I want your froggy chair and I'll trade you for Rod Zombie's Dragula. And whether or not you consider that to be a fair trade is a whole talk in psychology. Vanderbeest, thank you kindly. House Order represents... Oh!
Sasquatch and Coffee, welcome to the PNW. This non sequitur brought to you by Recovery Time from the latest 5 grams booster, Balmy Baby.
Did you get that today, Bacon, or is that from yesterday's hit? Also, Bacon, not just for 27 months, but for all that you put into this little corner of the internet, thank you. Alright? That's still 27 months at a tier 3. It's a lot of cash every month. So thank you. Alright? Robin, I did say froggy chair. Alright, and Lord Wiggles the Third! Have a lovely day, and hopefully we'll see you later. You know what, Wolfgrad? You can keep the shark chair. You can keep that. I'm good. I'm good. Okie dokie. Sorry, let me just start slowly getting our nonsense together. Okie dokie Lokies. Okay, so Bacon got the shot yesterday, started feeling it last night. I mean, I hope you slept through the worst of it. I haven't had mine. Even Caffeine got his ass kicked by it. So, feckin' we, I guess. But yeah, I think that's the long and short of it for video game news. Yeah. The only other thing that I've really seen that's been doing the rounds on my feeds is people coming up with custom splash screens for their Stream Deck, and it's fascinating. Ozzy, actually, I hadn't seen the mech sets. Sorry, they're doing Gundam-themed armor for Halloween for Destiny. And I'll be very curious to see how that looks in game. God, speaking of logging into games just to keep stuff. The amount of times I have activated the freebies from Destiny in Twitch Prime is more than I would care to admit. Usually about once a month or every so. If you look up in the top right where the little crown icon is in Twitch, there'll be a bunch of freebies, and there's usually Destiny freebies in there. It does mean that every time I relog back in, it just vomits ships and bikes and feckin' exotic guns at me. It's a bit weird, really. It is what it is. I think... Sorry, friends. Some me cheeky burps. I think that's the long and short of it for game news. Yeah, I think that's the long and short of it. As I'm sure you heard, Square Enix is killing their Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale game. I'd completely forgotten about it. Yeah. I think we're up to date on video games. As I said, to those of you who just joined us, we're going to be playing... we're going to be playing a voice-activated video game. And we will not be spending today just playing Gaia Online. I know you'll all be heartbroken, but Oh yeah, so Lord Traden, last year, Square Enix announced and released a battle royale game based in Final Fantasy VII. The idea is it's meant to be the Soldier Trials. It was a mobile title. It wasn't very good. I have a feeling they thought it was going to be a slam dunk due to the success of things like PUBG Mobile and all of those. It wasn't. Square's business team is making some odd choices recently, and I can't fault them for the project, right? Because mobile battle royale games make vomit-inducing amounts of money. You have a successful IP; these two things should just slot together, right? But as we all know from having gone through, the MOBA craze, the MMO craze, and now the battle royale craze, like, unfortunately, once the market solidifies, you can't just throw in another title. I don't know how many times we have to do this dance, but unless you have something genuinely different, or an IP so strong as to blot out the sun, you're going up against Fortnite, PUBG Mobile, all of those. God. Sorry, I just had a flashback of how many studios were dashed upon the rocks at the MOBA craze. For those of you who don't remember, like, once League and Dota really started making waves in, like, English language territories, everybody rushed to make a MOBA project. And the amount of poor teams who were unfairly pushed into that space and then crushed. Like, it was a bad time. Well, so Bismarck, remember that the Nintendo effect is very real. Nintendo, as both a platform and as a brand, has very, very strong followers. And if you can create something that is in the space but different enough, that is or at least considered to be a Nintendo IP, you can do good. Like, Splatoon is a genuinely original multiplayer title. And it's a Nintendo title, and it has a very, very strong visual stand. But it's not I guess the last big wave was probably the hero shooters, but I'd have to actually sit down and draw some timelines. And Wolfgrad, you're not wrong. Fortnite did have the full force of Epic behind it, and it got lucky. Because let's remember that it was originally a multiplayer co-op survival game that did not do good. Anyway. Sorry, I'm just getting the tweet all cooked up. Yeah, that's right, I'm telling people today. Boop. Look at me doing my fucking job like I know what I'm doing. Cooking that tweet. And Bismarck, not to be mean, but I would say that when it came to Splatoon, it was such a different project that the reason why the early balance of that game was so difficult was because there wasn't really an example to draw from, pun intended. Because, in terms of video games, we know how to shooty gunbang and shooty gunbang well. But Splatoon's not about killing the other person. Splatoon is about covering the most of the map. So combat and conflict becomes more about, skirmish wars rather than the be-all and end-all necessity, right? Right? Alright, stop me if I'm being a complete and utter loon. Oh, sorry. So jumping back in, so Paris as well, it didn't do good, and Epic had the opportunity to steal some stuff from PUBG due to engine licensing fiascos ahead of the game. Yeah, that's another conversation for another time. The history of Battle Royales is going to be a fascinating one. And I don't think we've quite reached the point where it's all been discussed. And Bismarck, again, when it comes to designing multiplayer experiences, even with extensive player testing and in-house testing, you can never truly know how a game's going to work until it's rolled out. This is why, like with fighting games, you sometimes see teams that will release something with a feature that doesn't quite fit, that doesn't quite work, because they have a hope for it, they have an intent, and then it does not land. I'm trying to think of some bangers. I mean, hell, early Guilty Gear's instant kill moves and counters and whatnot, those were fascinating from a theoretical, like, design standpoint, but they absolutely sucked as an implementation. The only thing those were good for was finding out that the other person is much, 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 much better than you. So that at least the game doesn't drag on too long. Oh, excuse me. So, I mean, Bismarck, I'm not picking on you. I just... Even with extensive external testing, you never truly know how features are going to work when they're out in the wild. When people are trying to play, air quotes, the meta. And a lot of Splatoon's concepts were new and fresh and different. So they were kind of stacking different on top of different to see what worked. And not all of it did. But that's another kettle of monkeys. Right. So friends, I think we're ready to start on this one. I'm going to update the game and get us to the start point on this to make sure everything's working. Before I punt out the tweet. But yeah, in a sec, once the tweet goes out, if you wouldn't mind sharing it and getting it a boot. Because I guess we've got to get ready for the big Bezos heist. I got very nervous last night because I messaged someone about that, and then they didn't respond for a couple hours, and I was like, oh no, I've pissed off a friend, they're going to think I'm a piece of shit, feck. Then they got back to me and it was cool, so we're talking tomorrow. But, yeah. The great Bezos heist. Ah! Aperios, it's happening. Touch wood, it's happening. Okay. Final Fantasy tunes. Schwap. And let's... Oh, yeah, now I've got to update the game name. There we go. Alright, and then we just have to do a little bit of audio testing and stuff before we get started, so there'll be a little bit of faffermancy. A little bit of faffermancy. Any moment now. That is very loud! God darn it! Whew! God, I feel like I need to pop my ears after that. Alright. Aperios, you just hear what you want to hear. Okay, so friends, apologies for that one. And I will say his tweet has been deployed. So I would sincerely appreciate you all giving it a like, giving it a retweet and a punt. Because that, again, it tricks Twitter into being like, oh, people want to see this. And, yeah, pretty soon we'll have to start trading to steal stuff from Jeffrey Bezos. I'm taking your money, Bezos! I'm taking your money! I'm going to use it to fund the longship. The great Bezos heist. Right. Alright, thank you kindly. Aperios, why you like this? Although, Aperios, the one that kills me is whenever people talk about the game one-hand clapping. Because I don't know if this is a colloquialism, but the punchline to the joke, what is the sound of one hand clapping, is not a polite one. It is not a polite one at all. Ah, and all of you, thank you for punting that retweet, alright? We'll trick the Bird app into making us successful. Okay. So I'm just going to do a quick microphone test. Now, in theory, I should be able to use the webcam mic, and then this should come through clear. In theory, but do let me know if audio starts getting weird. Laura had a little lamb. Okay, so I'm going to finish that. Cogs. Is there no... There's no audio settings. Shush. So I've got to... Alright. We've got to volume mix this down. Kymble says we might need a pen and paper. I'm prepared. Alright, so we need this to at least feckin' half. Where are you? Alright, we'll try that. There we go. That should be better, right? Well, pen and paper to hand. But also, like, Kymble, for those of you that haven't played this before, can feckin' join us. Imagine you're looking at a great big waterfall and thinking to yourself, boy, that sure is a phone in this infinitely scrolling waterous hellscape that is the sea. We'll give it a sec before we get proper started. And we have a voicemail as well. Sorry, to my knowledge, this is a shark-free game again. And yeah, Red Burning Dragon. I think, was it Simulacrum 3 just dropped? I've been considering doing those with you all, but I worry with those that they're a little bit too much of a... I mean... I don't know. The Simulacrum games I worry that I would ruin by my involvement. Does that make a weird sense? Hey, Crux, take it up with the devs. And sorry, I am doing better. I wrote and deleted a few posts in Human Maintenance. But it was kind of... My feelings were a bit too tied into real-world stuff that was going on at the same time. And there wasn't... Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, hey, I'm here. We're playing weird indie games. Let's feckin' do this. Is that the equivalent of there's always a shark behind you, Perios? That there's a shark just behind the phone. Alright, let's see what this voicemail's about. It's me. Tap on me to listen. Alright, what's up, you little nerd?
Up already.
Attention all units. Security breach detected.
You hear that? We need your help. We set off the alarm. We're stuck in the boat at the base of the ridge.
Did you get through yet?
It's voicemail.
We're sticking ducks out here.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. We need you to call 01595 434 666. And the passcode is 989091.
Shit!
Hold on!
Get that alarm disabled or security will be all over us.
I guess we gotta write some shit down. Alright, I think we can bring it back.
It's 989.
Okay, so we need the phone number.
Mail.
We're sticking ducks
So we need the phone number and the passcode.
Yes. We need you to call
01595
434
434
And the passcode is
89.
989091.
Hold on!
890.
Get that alarm disabled or security will be all over us.
Alright, did you get it?
Thanks, Captain Obvious. We need you to call
454, and then it was 666 at the end. 666, that's the number. And then the passcode was 989091. Hey, I didn't think this was going to kick off immediately. I don't think it was going to be puzzly time. Alright, let's just check our recent calls. None so far. Back of the keypad. What does the smoky thing do? Detective Vox, at your service. What are you asking me for? You heard the lady. Alright, Detective Vox is not helping me. Feck you, buddy. Alright. Anyone... Shall I just call for a pizza? Let's just call for a pizza. I mean, I'm sure those people are fine, right? But they were saying that they were at the base of a rig. And there was a monster. But... then also security might be all over them. At this point, security might actually help, but okay. Let's give it a call. You know what, Lamalot, we can order takeout instead. I was thinking pizza, but what do you lot fancy? Don't like that. Of course I want a kebab.
Sligoil, your power is in our hands.
Sligoil, huh?
Welcome to Sligoil Security Systems. To access the control panel, please enter the 6-digit passcode.
Yeah, we can get banh mi. Oh, hang on.
Correct passcode. You have one new security alert. Alarm triggered. North Sea drilling fields. Rig 14. Landing bay 7. To disable the alarm,
Was that Rig 14?
press 1. To deploy security, press 2.
Oh, Peebles! Yeah, Lamalot. Not a single overlap of food choices. Banh mi, curry. Oh. I have not tried 5138-008, but I will do. Or just 8008 also works. So apparently if you hit escape, it doesn't pause it. Yo, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. I wonder if... was this like Simulacrum where it was designed to be a mobile game and we're playing it? I'm sorry to inform you, Stammering Gamer, there will be no boobs. Now, also, friendos, we are fine for food. You know, you lot already threw in a crap load of money, so we have groceries for the week. We are set. We do not need anything. I am just joking about getting some, about dialing up a food order. I know what you lot are like. You have all done so much to keep us going. And at some point this week, payday is coming. Payday's coming. Right, now where were we? Alright, so we're going to call up the creepy guy again. However, one of my favourite things to do in real life is to interrupt robophones. Because it never stops being funny. Actually, can I use this? I can! There we go. So it was Rig 14 deck. Now, are we going to call security on him? Or are we going to disable the alarm?
Sligoyle, your power is in our hands.
Because on the one hand, they're fighting a monster and some security could help. But on the other, it's Sligoyle.
To Sligoyle Security Systems. To access the control panel, please enter the 6-digit passcode.
Alright, so you have to start. Oh.
Incorrect passcode. Goodbye.
Ah, fucking Jake. So Crux, they wanted the alarm disabled. What do we want to do? Because, firstly, they didn't say please, and manners maketh the person. Peebles. Sorry, bear with me just a second, friends. Sorry, I don't know if we're doing a crime or if we're involved in a crime right now. My apologies about this, friends. Alright, let's give that another try. Alright, we'll turn the alarm off. If they want to fight monsters their way, they can fight monsters their way. Just sit here and think about kebabs.
Sligoyle, your power is in our hands.
Yeah. Pick it up, mate. Pick it up.
Welcome to Sligoyle Security Systems.
I try the voice command, see if it
To
works.
access the control panel, please enter the 6-digit passcode.
989091. Oh. Alright, well that didn't work.
Correct passcode.
Our character
You
keeps
have
holding their
one
breath.
New security alert. Alarm triggered. North Sea drilling fields. Rig 14. Landing Bay 7. To disable the alarm, press 1. To deploy security, press 2.
Alright.
Alarm disabled on Rig 14, Landing Bay 7. Thank you for safeguarding Sligoyle and its trusted shareholders.
I'll be honest, I don't like this guy, so I don't feel too bad about wrecking his day. Alright. That was a good game. I think we did good there. Nice. Oh, we've got another voicemail. Sure, everything is fine.
You did something right. Security's off our backs. We're 40 metres up. One of those external ladders. Almost up at the main deck.
Oh, God! This is why you use headphones!
That was close. Wind almost blew me away. Everything good down there? Amanda, you doing okay?
Amanda.
Best of you in the house.
Just take it one step at a time. Thanks for waiting on the phone.
And Quasi, Watto, friend.
They don't mix. Just a couple more feet and... I wish you could see this, Casey. A decaying forest of rusted machinery. You good, Amanda?
Fine, thanks.
Okay,
Casey.
we're back on schedule. Layout.
Are we
looks
Casey?
like plans. And so the lift should be right over...
There. If you're talking about the elevator, that is.
Go work your Silicon Valley magic on that keypad. Reckon we've got about 5 minutes till the next patrol.
Shinko, Watto, and welcome.
Hoping I could brute force this, but you were right, Casey. Looks like we need a name.
How about one of the security guys on duty?
You hear that, Casey? Knew my man was more than just a pretty face. We need you to look on the website at sligoil.com.
That's Sligoil, S-L-I-G-O-I-L.
As if you need reminding, Casey. That 6-digit passcode from earlier should come in handy. We'll call you back.
So sligoil.com. Alright. Oh, we get a browser now. Okay, so, Watto and welcome. Quasi, Shinko, Shinkora. So, this game is called Unknown Number, and it's meant to be a voice-activated Havija game. Currently, it's more like a mobile-based puzzle game, with kind of like a less ARG, but more cursory kind of puzzle solving. Loving this web wizard. So, hang on, somebody's giving us a call. Bear with me a second. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, Casey. Did you find those names on the website?
No, I'm working on it.
The names are on sligoil.com. SLIGOIL.com. Log in with 9899091.
I know.
Here's the page that deals with this rig. We'll give you a moment.
God, all the stress of sligoil.com. I'm fucking doing it!
Hey, Casey. Did you find those names on the website?
No!
Come on. Sligoil.com. SLIGOIL.com. You're looking for the employee login. Use the code 989091. There should be a list of security guards on duty. We'll give you a moment.
So help me, Casey. If you call me again, I will stab you. I will rain down. Okay, so we want login.
Hey, Casey. Did you find those names?
Fuck off! I'm trying! Okay. 091. I will end you! What?
Hey, Casey.
No! I don't like getting called repeatedly when I'm trying to find a person. Oh, cool, we cafeteria. I'm ignoring your calls. Alright, cafeteria menu. Oh, what day is it today? It's Wednesday, right? Oh shit, today's curry. Or chili. Sorry, I'm going to take this. Okay, hello.
Hey, Casey. Did you find those names on the website?
No!
Come on. Sligoil.com. SLIGOIL.com. You're looking for the employee login. Use the code 9...
Use the code. Eat my ass and not in a fun way. Alright, who's on duty? Okay. Fuck off. Trent here who won't shut up. Alright, so we need some... Fuck up! Okay, so here's the who's on duty. Okay. Crux, I'm not far off of doing the bloody same. I'm gonna see if this is a different...
Ring ring. Hey Casey. Did you find those names on the website? Come on. Slagoil.com. SLAGOIL.
I'm selling these people down the river. Quasi, thank you for the 200 bits. Feckin'. Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. Doop, 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 doop. Alright, so we've got a list of... No! I'll fucking hit you! Okay. I'm trying to read this, and I'm gonna lose my fucking temper. So Bismarck says this is a real website. Oh, that's cool.
Hey, Casey. Okay, great.
No, I said
The
no!
elevator.
I'm not even getting a chance to stop and read. Honestly, if I get the chance to call security on them, I'm doing it. I'm not working for these...
Something about names. Do you have them yet? I don't understand what's taking so long. I'm only calling you repeatedly non-stop.
Right? Okay, so I'm trying to solve this puzzle. And here it is. So I will fucking stab you in the EEPROM! I'm gonna make sure these people never make it off this rig. Okay. So that's it. Rig 14 has officially been decommissioned. Say hello to your new skeleton crew. Some old... Oh! Choke the life out of you. Some old faces, some new. I know that looking for trouble is basically in your job description as security guards and all. But it gets lonely out here, so don't forget to look out for each other. So, where's looking out for trouble? Crux, I'm kind of with you. I don't know. I think we can restart it. Yeah, you know what? Restart the game. Begin. Laura had a little lamb.
Up already.
Attention all units. Security breach detected.
You hear that? We need your help. We set off the alarm. We're stuck in the boat at the base of the ridge.
Okay, so there was no monster. That was their stupid-ass boat.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. We need you to call 01595 434 666. And the passcode is 989091. Get that alarm disabled or security will be all over us.
So, Catastrophe, to answer your question, what I did to Nora's lamb was a lamb biryani. Actually, no, it would be a lamb korma. I'm not against spice when it comes to Indian food. I have such fond memories, like flavor style of the British style of korma, that's what I've been craving of late, you know. I found some coconut curries out here that are close, but no cigar. Yeah, Crux, these people are inept. If they can't give me 2 seconds to solve their problem that they have given me, I'm selling them. I'm selling them for money. Oh, I missed the feckin' 0. Yeah. Curries for the win. And, like, there are some really tasty curries in the Seattle region. But, like, out here, curry is kind of more of an expensive food, you know? You can't do, like, a curry buffet lunch without spending a large amount of money. Which is fine, again. You know? I'm so spoiled in the greater Seattle region for food. The irony, sorry, is if this was actually like a game about a customer service job, it would be spot on. Alright. Enter your passcode!
Welcome to Sligoil Security Systems.
We're working
To
for Sligoil
access the
now.
Control panel, please enter the 6-digit passcode. Correct passcode. You have one
Such an
new
arse, Stavrid.
security alert. Alarm triggered. North Sea drilling fields. Rig 14. Landing Bay 7. To disable the alarm, press 1. To deploy security, press 2.
2.
Security deployed to Rig
Yay!
14, Landing Bay 7.
Woo!
Thank you for safeguarding Sligoil. and
We
its
win!
trusted shareholders.
Roll credits! Now to sit back and enjoy. Do you hear that? Oh, it's a voicemail. I'm not going to check it. Do you know why I'm not going to check it? Because I'm not getting repeatedly slammed with the same caller being like, "Hey Casey, did you look into the email? I'm trying. God. Let's listen to the voicemail. It's probably them from jail or something.
Are you even getting these? We need you to call 01595.
Look, there.
5, 6 boats?
Someone set security on us.
I see. I think it's all over.
It is now. This is the new feckin' free bandito. Hey Casey, did you find those names on the website? Although someone was saying that the website's actually legit. Oh, we have an unknown number. Who's this?
Finally, which bit of keep your phone on do you not understand?
It's probably our signal.
Our boat got smashed up. We made it into the waste offshoot.
We're up to our knees in raw sewage, but
Ah.
we've bought ourselves some time.
Eat literal shit.
The walls.
They're closing in. It's the trash compactor. We gotta get this thing turned off.
Look over here. There's a sign.
Okay. There's a phone number written down here. A direct line to the manufacturers. Trashy Inc.
Why don't we just call it?
Oh, and let Sligoil know we're in here. They'll trace our calls. Casey, you gotta do it. The number is 07870363123. I said 07870363123. Have you got it down?
No.
What are you waiting for? Call the darn number and turn off the trash compactor.
Before we get waste disposal.
I said I didn't have the number. Should we start this one? Hey, Bonio, my buddy. All right. You can lead this time. All right. So you're gonna put hand up here. Alright. We'll work on your dancing later, mate. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'll lead next time, though. Get a bit handsy, mate. Oh, sorry. I'm so tangled up here. Sorry? What's that? You wants to reach Casey? I'm afraid Casey's taking it easy right now. Okay. Okay, can we just point out that they're in a trash compactor and they have not repeatedly called us? Like, alright. No, I got the number, so it was 07870 363123. Cool. Lord Traden, please tell me about your chili in great detail. If these buggers want our help, they can take their bloody... I'm gonna see if there's a, like, speed it up button. Oh.
Hello, user. I am Trashy, the world's leading trash compacting companion.
Everyone say hi, Trashy!
Fun new features, including a brand new audio link up, so you can hear it as we clear it.
Yes!
Pick up my calls to give me instructions. I'll know what to do by the number of rings.
I don't... Sorry, Trashy's calling.
You picked up on 3 rings. Trash Masher. Selected. You're welcome. Activating Trash Talk audio link up.
The walls! They're eating the trash!
Quick, let's jam those mashers.
The spikes! I can't stop them! They're eating through everything!
Well, I was expecting to hear scream, 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 smash, smash, smash. I guess we wait for 2 rings.
You picked up on 2 rings. Liquid trash. Selected.
Oh, it's gonna be nasty.
Link up.
Those pipes! Something's coming!
Ah!
Sewage.
Ah!
I'm gonna kill that Casey.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? What was that? I couldn't hear you. If only you'd given me time to think, so I could solve your problems, you wouldn't be in a volcano right now. Remember, friends, it's always okay to DM people rather than call them.
You picked up on 1 ring. Trash dump. Selected. You're welcome. Activating Trash Talk audio link up.
They're dumping more trash.
Watch your head, Ethan! Get away from the chute!
Casey, get us out of here.
Am I, though? Hey, friends, we found something that's more annoying than the overly patronizing opening. Yeah, let's 5 rings. 5 rings unlocks the Pookano. No! The Poonami. That 4, is that 5? Okay, there's 5.
You picked up on 6 rings.
Ah, lost
Trash
count.
freezer. Selected. Welcome. Activating trash talk audio link up.
A poo blizzard.
Turn into ice.
Get close to me. This is body heat. Oh, come on, Casey. What are you doing out there?
Living my best life. Please, could I get some more? Could I get some more gourmet coffee, please? Perhaps a croissant. I had toast and regular coffee. It's nothing special. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go.
You picked up on 5 golden rings. Deactivate trash compactor.
There we go.
Selected. You're welcome. Activating trash talk audio link up.
Catastros, have a lovely rest of your day, and thank you for bearing with on all of this.
The walls. They've stopped moving. Oh, I knew Casey could do it.
Right, let's find
They are frozen.
Look, that trapdoor, it just opened.
Main deck, here we come.
They are covered in poo. Cold, frozen poo. Yeah, 5 golden rings. I'm going to try Lord Trident's suggestion of the... Oh, piss off. Of the Easter egg numbers.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas! Sorry. Good shout, though. Good shout. And J Post and all of you, thank you for the bits, friends. All right, let's see what we get back.
Dial 0451.
Yes! I'll do that next.
40 metres up. One of those external ladders. Almost up at the main deck. Oh, that was close. Wind almost blew me away. Everything good down there? Amanda, you doing okay?
Best of you in the house.
Wait, what's the phone number from the IT crowd?
Thanks for waiting on the phone. Amanda, heights, they don't mix. Just a couple more feet and... I wish you could see this, Casey. A decaying forest of rusted machinery. You good, Amanda?
Fine, thanks.
Okay, Casey.
Oh, so Stammering Gamer, is that the one from the IT crowd?
And so the lift should be right over...
There. If you're talking about the elevator, that is.
Go work your Silicon Valley magic on that kid pad. Reckon we've got about 5 minutes till the next patrol.
Give me the phone. I was hoping I could brute force this, but you were right, Casey. Looks like we need a name.
How about one of the security guys on duty?
You hear that, Casey? Knew my man was more than just a pretty face. We need you to look on the website at slygoyle.com.
She's gonna start calling me repeatedly.
As if you need reminding, Casey. That 6-digit passcode from earlier should come in handy. We'll call you back.
Okay. Don't call me back. Oh, boo! 451 didn't get us anything. Hey! Yeah, you thought you'd gotten away from Gaia Online there, but you're not. Let's have a look at what's going on right now. Oh, it's the Halloween dress up event 2022. That's important. Shut up, I'm on Gaia. I'm so sorry, friends. It does look like the 3DS browser. The 3DS browser version of Gaia Online will be closing. I'm sorry to report this. Anyway, where were we? The web wizard. Who's on duty? Yeah, the guinea pigs get it. Oh, fun and games. Shut up. Fun and games. Let's have a look. Oh, so it's like a cute little word search. That's fun. I've always been shit at these. All right. Let's. Well, HR resources. Stressed at work? You have no idea, mate. Shh. Newbie warning. HR is a joke at this company. Sure, you can complain, but don't expect any response. Come on, we're on an abandoned oil rig in the middle of the North Sea, run by the world's biggest, baddest petrochemical cartel. What do you expect? P.S. Don't worry about me getting in trouble for saying stuff. They never ever check the site. Suddenly a door slams open. Men in black coats enter. Internet moderator. What? What are you? No! Don't take me away! I'm sorry! I'll never do it again! I promise! Ah! Internet moderator dies an agonizing death. Published December 2019. Trashy. Man, we fucking love trashy. Oh, okay. So these were the things. Oh, what? Thick, look at what we missed out on. Friends, we got to trash freeze it. We could have burnt them. There was termites. We missed fire. I don't even know what Filthy Beats is. Or trash liftoff. Oh, friends, as the streamer of this event, as the person in the driving seat of this adventure, I can only apologize that I've let you all down on this. I'm so sorry. But anyway, today's curry day. So we'll head over to the cafeteria. Anyway, who's on duty? Duty. Alright, so everyone here is a security guard. Yeah, actually, so Red Burning Dragon, I believe you all can go to sigoil.com. Like, I think it's actually, at least according to... Let me see if I can copy this. Like, see if you can go to that. Because it's the same website I'm on. Fearless, I wish this was the Who's On First gag. Just trying to see if there's any info we've got here that might help. Alright. Oh, the passcode is... hang on, I'll just type it in for you. 989091. That'll get you in. Alright, well, I'm going to answer this time because I think we've got a name we can use.
Hey, Casey, did you find those things on the website?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's get inside the elevator.
Shh. Voices.
Eleanor Wigsby. She likes some sci-fi and sushi and swimming and stuff.
Casey, we got company.
Quick.
Here, this container's empty.
Just finishing the run.
He's coming this way.
He's checking the containers. Quick, hold the phone and pass the crowbar.
Ethan.
Take that!
Hadouken!
You knocked him out.
Gently.
You promised no violence.
We'll come round soon enough.
He's super dead.
At least put him inside.
chit-chat. Just give us a name of one of the security guards.
Brad Walters.
Right. Brad Walters.
Brad Walters wants to move to the south of France and write porn.
Try another.
Ellen Wiggs.
Did you look on Sligoil.com?
I'm on Sligoil! I will... I should have burnt you in the shit chute! Ellen Wiggs.
Right. Ellen Wiggs.
Doesn't fit too long. Try again.
Rod Flowers.
Nice. What about Rod Flowers?
No, give me another one. Come on, it's too long.
Dan Taggart.
Nice. Dan Taggart.
Yeah, Shinko, I think they're trying to force me to use that one specifically. Hope Lee.
Okay, got it. Try Hope Lee. Great. We're in the lift. Give us a couple of minutes. We're heading up into the heart of the chocolate factory.
I should have burnt you in the shit chute. Want to check out Gaia some more? Want to do a day of streaming Gaia online from inside another game? You said you'd give me time!
Us again. Head into the first vault.
We're in those creepy corridors you mapped out for us, Casey. Just like you said, very first-person shooter. Flickering lights, busted control panels. All that's missing are the demons.
I wouldn't count on that.
Don't worry, Casey would save us.
No, I
you,
wouldn't.
Casey?
Speaking of which, did you get Casey's password?
Oh, sorry, Casey. Sounds like Ethan doesn't trust you.
Don't shoot the messenger. You know the kids are sticklers for eggs. Give us your password.
No.
Right. So you don't know it. Well, that is a problem. You don't know the password. What number did you dial?
What's going on? Who is it?
Just take the phone and check the number.
Yep, it's fine. Oh,
What?
what did you different?
Kill the call.
So apparently they dialed the wrong bloody number, and they're now trying to do Spec Ops nonsense on the fly. Oh, we have a voicemail. Oh, way cool. Sorry, Lord Trayton peeps are doing the word search on the Sligo oil site.
Hi. So it's us again.
I don't know if this is a good idea.
If the kid's okay, the kid's okay.
Okay.
Mate, I danced with a skeleton to leave you to die.
Misunderstanding, but hey, mistakes are the portals of discovery. Basically, we need your help. Our contact's gone AWOL, and we can't do this job without someone on the outside.
Just get him sworn in.
I'm getting there. You ever wondered whether you're making the right choices in life?
Nope.
Well, this is your blue pill, red pill moment.
Thanks, Morpheus. I think it's best we...
It doesn't mean what you think it means!
+46 8616 0800, and don't worry about waking him. It's always daytime in Sweden.
You got the number right this time.
Hilarious.
Alright, what was that number again?
Oh, +46.
I hate it doesn't keep the subtitles on screen. So that was +46.
+46
+468
8616
616
0800 and
0800. I am impressed how they managed to leave voicemails without bringing us, but there we go. $616. Alright, let's see what this is.
No. Amos!
Eat my ass and not in a fun way. Not a hot hecking chance. I will dance with Calcium Bonio. I will sell you out for a bag of skips and like some wheat crunchies. Honestly, some nice and spicy knickknacks, and I will sell you all down the river. I won't even charge. Just send me snacks. Oh, shit! I crashed the game! I crashed the whole ass game! It might be trash time again! The game went out to buy knickknacks. Integer overflow, too much betrayal. Okay, so, nice and spicy knickknacks. Alright, we're going to get into the important things today. Nice and spicy knickknacks. They are a British snack. I don't really know how to describe them. Main screen online. They kind of look like Cheetos. Like the crunchier Cheetos, but they've got more flavor to them. They're not just cheese. Stammering's a fan of the Scampy knickknacks. They're not bad. Ribbon Saucy's just... I mean, it's barbecue flavored alright. Now, Skips. Skips crisps. Skips are a prawn cocktail crisp you get from the UK. And they've got the same consistency as prawn cocktail that you'd get from like a Chinese restaurant. So they kind of fizz on your tongue. They're real tasty. Aberius was like, flavour? I thought this was a British snack. Alright, so friends, joking aside, do we want to take another crack at this? Because I do have some weird indie games I can show you. The voice recognition is not ready. I don't know if you noticed during the assessment, it kept marking me as, like, correct when I was not saying. Honestly, it was only when I was like, I'll do it for no money. Martin, a trombone champ version of The Gonk would be amazing. Though this is specifically the remix from Shaun of the Dead. It was one of my favourite weird facts, is that originally Mr. Romero wanted to have the classic song Spanish Fly play at the end of Dawn of the Dead. But it turns out that that's actually owned by someone. So the Gonk was a song they just came up with to sound like something that had been around for 1,000 years. So yeah, there's an undead fact for you. I mean, okay, we've talked a lot in the past about video games and introductions and how they treat the user. That was definitely an example of... And there was definitely an example of something that they tried and did not work. And the problem is, because it's an audio-only game, there isn't too much for us to bite into. Sorry, I'm trying to contabulate my feelings on this one. So basically, from what we've experienced so far, the game is being told to us by these characters, and honestly, like, the introduction's pretty punchy. Like, they're at the bottom of the rig, we've just gotten a phone call, like, go, go, go. And now we're kind of getting introduced into their kind of secret society type stuff. The problem was that the first chance that we get to actually solve some puzzles of our own volition, we're not given the time and breadth to do it. So we're pulled out of the experience. It's a strange one, to be feckin' certain. So I guess, friends, what do we want to do? I might, as we're about 2 hours in, I might go get some water and take a quick pee break. But it's like, do we want to continue doing this? Or do you all want to see some just gloriously weird nonsense? You know? There was an update for a weird title I wanted to show you all. So Shinko, I have heard of There Came an Echo. Do I have a copy of it yet? Not yet, but I've been keeping an eye on it. Yeah. Perry's like, well, want to play some Neopets? I go for some Neopets. My Neopet account actually did get deactivated, so we'd be an any percent start from the beginning Neopets run. Ah! WoW classic. I'm sorry, are we just casually doing life-altering substances here? Also, I do want to apologize, friends, for the lag and delay. It does look like Twitch is having some back-end problems today. Not massive ones, but just some little grumbly ones, which is why there's a little bit of a delay so far. One day, friends, we'll be able to have some fancy, fancy goodness. But it is not this day.